In a small town surrounded by tall, green trees, there lived a boy named Sam. Sam loved adventures. He was always curious and wanted to explore new places. But there was one special place he loved the most, a secret treehouse hidden deep in the forest. It was his favorite spot, where he could be alone and imagine all sorts of exciting adventures. One bright and sunny morning, Sam decided to visit his treehouse again. He packed some snacks, his favorite book, and a cozy blanket into his backpack. With excitement in his heart, he set off into the woods. The fresh air smelled of pine, and the birds chirped happily as he walked along the familiar path. After a while, he reached a small clearing where his treehouse stood tall. It was nestled high up in the strong branches of a big oak tree. Smiling, Sam climbed up the wooden ladder, feeling the rough texture of the wood beneath his fingers. As he stepped inside, a sense of happiness filled him. This was his little world, hidden among the leaves and birds. He spread out his blanket, took out his book, and began to read. The gentle rustling of leaves and the soft chirping of birds made the perfect background music. Just as he got lost in the story, he suddenly heard a noise outside. It was a faint rustling sound. His heart skipped a beat. Was it the wind? Or was someone there? Curious, Sam carefully peeked out of the window. His eyes widened with surprise and delight. A tiny squirrel was hopping from branch to branch, its fluffy tail bouncing behind it. The little creature paused for a moment and looked straight at Sam, as if greeting him. Sam smiled and reached into his backpack, pulling out a small piece of his snack. He gently placed it on the windowsill. The squirrel twitched its nose, hesitated for a moment, and then quickly grabbed the treat before scurrying away. Sam laughed softly. "See you next time, little friend," he whispered. As the sun slowly began to set, Sam felt a deep sense of peace. This treehouse, the forest, and even the little squirrel, everything made him feel at home. With a happy heart, he packed up his things, climbed down the ladder, and started his journey back home, already excited for his next adventure. The squirrel twitched its tiny nose and chattered excitedly, as if it wanted to tell Sam something. Curious, Sam decided to follow it. He climbed down from his treehouse and carefully walked behind the little creature as it led him deeper into the forest. They moved through winding paths, under tall trees that swayed gently in the breeze. Sunlight peeked through the leaves, creating golden patterns on the forest floor. Sam's heart pounded with excitement. Where was the squirrel taking him? After what felt like an endless journey, they finally reached a hidden meadow. Sam gasped in amazement. The entire meadow was covered in colorful flowers, their petals dancing in the wind. Right in the center stood a sparkling fountain, its water shimmering like 1,000 diamonds under the sun. It looked almost magical. The squirrel stood on its hind legs, chattered again, and pointed toward the fountain. Sam understood, it wanted him to make a wish. Taking a deep breath, he closed his eyes tightly and made a wish with all his heart. When he opened his eyes, he felt something incredible. A strange light surrounded him, and suddenly, he was no longer standing on the ground. He was floating. Before he could even process what was happening, he spread his arms, and soared into the sky. Sam let out a joyful laugh as he flew high above the treetops, the cool wind rushing through his hair. The world looked so different from up here. He could see rivers snaking through the land, tiny houses dotting the countryside, and birds gliding alongside him. For hours, he explored the sky, feeling free like never before. But as the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Sam knew it was time to return home. With one last graceful swoop, he landed back in the meadow. The squirrel was waiting for him, its eyes twinkling with joy. "Thank you," Sam whispered, stroking the little creature's head. He knew this was a day he would never forget. He promised to return soon, to visit his new friend and share more adventures. With a heart full of wonder and excitement, Sam made his way back to his little town, carrying the memory of his extraordinary day deep within him. From that moment on, he knew the forest held many more secrets, and he couldn't wait to uncover them.